Hey, YouTube. Good evening. Good evening, people. I know I'm on here a little bit late, but something did capture my attention, so I figured why not? I'm gonna give y'all a minute to get in here. Somebody to get in here. Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why not? Why can't we? What they got to do with anything, Timothy? Nothing. Hi, Annette 75, Juicy Marable, Ashley Watkins, Uncle Tim nephew. I bet y'all surprised to see me in the middle of the night. Actually, it's still sort of daylight here. Anyway, what I want to talk about is the situation with Kim Burrell. Now, I saw that she had done an interview apparently yesterday with Jamal Bryant on his podcast or YouTube channel. I didn't even realize he had a channel, but I have a few comments actually. I mean, a couple people getting here. Come on, people, come on in the room. Oh, come on in this room. Yeah, hey, there you are. Hey, God before everything. So we're going to talk about Kim Burrell. She made an appearance on Jamal Bryant's show, and we want to talk about it. Now, well, let's just get a small taste, and then we'll pick it up from there. This is a reaction video. We're claiming fair use for the purposes of commentary. So this is her and Jamal Bryant are sitting on his set, on his show, the Jamal Bryant podcast.
Into religion. It is very hard to discover after so many years and so many agreements that you've made with your upbringing and your growth and your surroundings that some of this just may not be what is workable. Not in this fashion, without disrespecting what it has done and does in and through people. But I found out that there were perspectives of religion that disconnected me from a truth of what I was receiving from God. So because of that, I've gotten rid of the things that have been religious that has interrupted me from understanding the nature of God for my life. And the religious environment I grew up in was so convincing and so inviting and so attractive enough that I copied it. I even thought at levels I could master it because of how it presented. And then I started digging into the root. When I started getting responses like the mindset of that, she didn't come because she doesn't like our church. It's something to hear a result of a thing that you've never had a conversation about,
Right.
that you have not been a part of, that a whole team have come up with your decision, your idea, your personality, and you have nothing to do with it. You wait. Because the moment comes, even if it's 6 years later.
Wow.
It's good.
Yeah, no, that's significant.
Yeah.
I've never seen the church as bipolar and conflicted within itself.
Listen to him, he's good.
The civil war between you and the LGBTQ community. What it is that you said is not anything different than what Kojic has said, what PAW
I just said they taught me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was as if they had never heard this a day in their life, and respectfully, you weren't one of the generals of the church.
No.
You weren't a bishop of the church.
God can use a donkey. Kim Burrell, look at all that has happened between the LGBTQ and the religious community since you went on that stage with all that venom and hatred and nastiness, right? Now, I'm not a hater, so I'm going to try to be honest with my opinion about you concerning you. You do, I think, you are telling the truth tonight. Now, you may be telling the truth because you know that the other way doesn't work anymore, correct? But she's telling some important truths here. So there is some growth. I also like the comments by Jamal Bryant, what he says. Now, he is straight. he is sincere in what he is saying. So I'm going to listen to a tiny bit more of this. And I want to discuss where she was then and where she is now, because she is speaking some kinds of truth. She is not the only hateful pastor that went up in front of the stage to rile their crowd by demonizing the homosexual community. What happened was she got caught. And there was a whole avalanche after that of the things that have been going on in them churches. So in that respect, she's not lying. But I went on there only to hate on you, Ms. Kim Burrell. Let's be clear. Every time your name comes up, I figured this is some content for me because I cannot stand that woman and her hateful ass ways. Correct? That's not what I got tonight. Let's see.
For the church, but it was give us Barabbas. Yeah, and I think it garnered a much larger conversation on where was the duplicitous nature of the Black church.
I'm glad that comes to you. I'm glad that you're revealing that was a perspective of importance to you.
Yes.
It was just proven through too many to name. I hope I didn't step on your words. Are you mid-thought?
No.
Okay, because I respect how you feel about it, and it feels good to hear someone in my field, in my religious field, talk from that place, because I didn't begin to feel abandoned until it became way too quiet, when the noise was louder than the surrender of.
Okay, she still got some residual effect of that. Kim Burrell still, part of her feels like, and I'm not jumping on her tonight, part of her still feels like the church should have backed her up because she felt like they were all pretending that this is not something that was going on in all of their churches. Since she was raised up in the church, she had been hearing this all of her life. When her big scandal broke, she felt like people should have stood up and said, yeah, we talk like that. That's the way we talk. No, wrong is wrong, and wrong has been revealed. Correct, Ms. Kim Burrell? Just like when they had to reveal that slavery was wrong. It don't make no difference what the book said. It was wrong. Correct? And that's where you helped us get to. Right? Hey, Jesse, Fraser Laurie, Cherish the Soul Entertainment. Hold on a minute. Y'all can watch this on Jamal Bryant's podcast.
Oh, no. We all say that. It's how she said it. Y'all make her take responsibility. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when that didn't happen, I said, oh, this is something else.
Yes.
All right, let's readjust. I see that this. I'm going to tell you, I resolved 1,000 times about 1,000,000 things because it gave me room to, because I refused to blame anything or make anybody else come into a circle of what I was figuring out that God had me in. After all of the details of what you just explained, other people did it, other people have said it, even in more harsh ways. I absolutely garnered posture from people that influenced me, and the influence that they had on me started at a very young age in church, so to speak. But their posture was that of a very aggressive one. It was a slight version of what the world heard and saw me do. It was a female, soft, sure, spirited delivery of what not only I had garnered from the environment of what I've grown up in. I was sure of the motive of why I was doing it, that gave it passion, that came off as abuse to those who don't understand we have a world in church. Like when I say this, we have such a world.
Wait a minute. You said for those who don't understand, the people who don't understand, they thought it was abuse. No, honey, that's where you're wrong, Kim Burrell. Let me bring you up. It is abuse. How in the fuck is it not abuse? You calling people demons and serpents, and they're going to burn in hell for all eternity, and controlling their sex lives and all the filthy, nasty, disgusting things you said. Now, I see you're being much more cautious with your mouth in this particular interview, mainly because you know Jamal Bryant ain't with it either. Correct? But no, we weren't those people who couldn't understand it, honey. Abuse is abuse. It's very similar to what these people, these Donald Trump people do when they are sending people to concentration camps and so forth, and they have no compassion or understanding about the plight of Latin people at all. correct? And you think about all the evil shit that they believe. His attack on DEI, making sure we never get a decent job, right? That's all wrong. It's all wrong. Now, whether they come to accept that is wrong this year or 30 years from now, it's always been wrong. Correct? His attack on people is very similar to what your attack, and the same thing with white people. They could say, "Well, my granddaddy said this, and my grandmama said that, and I was taught this, and I was taught." It's still wrong. Slavery was always wrong, even when they were in the midst of it. We're getting into the meat and potatoes now. Mainly, I want you to hear what Jamal Bryant says, because I think his attitude is right, and I think hers is struggling, but it's right as well. Let's see.
Well, we have our own language. We
No, that
know
don't
how
work.
we know people that are in church, how we dress. We can go to the grocery store and say that's church. And it's not an Easter suit. It's just we have a spiritual posture that we know it's church. It's churchy. I'll never forget, I got to London, England many years ago, and I got there and I'm switching out the money before I left the airport, making the exchange, and the church in me said, when I received the money back, I said, "All right, Mother better have our own money," because Queen Mother was on it. And the person behind the petition said, "Her Highness the Queen." She corrected me in that instance.
Message.
What I loved about that, what I learned from that, is that she had been taught to respect and to honor and to do what she did for. Even behind there, even though I was foreign.
That's not going to excuse you going and thinking you can go into these churches and still demonize people and still hurt people and still cause, in many cases, teenage suicide. You certainly contributed to it by making these people feel like they were less than human. There was no cure for them, and they were on their way to hell. Now, that not be no big deal to us adults, but to preteens and people who are just discovering this stuff about themselves, it could be extremely harmful, and it has been extremely harmful. Ms. Kim Burrell, she's trying to use the analogy, well, in this country, we respect the Queen Mother. So she's trying to tie that to, well, in our church, we're able to call you faggots. Or as that old woman said, they call them faggots. No, it's a brand new day, honey. Can you feel the brand new day? How y'all doing? Yeah, we just kicking it with Miss Kim Burrell. I'm not gonna listen to this whole thing here, but I want to hear what Jamal Bryant, how he gently corrects her. Or guides her in the right direction.
Time to teach me a lesson, but show me. This is how we respect it.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't bash me. That's the misfortune of the four walls of the church. They don't always know what it takes to be beyond the four walls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of what has become the church in the earth had no social media, had no nothing, so they got off. Those of us who got the gift to do more than the four walls of the church, we didn't necessarily get the training. I didn't, of how to handle the world and speak to the world with the same conviction, same understanding, same level of anointing, and make it stick without having to be the posture of what we're all used to. I didn't have that outfit. I had to learn it through the ridicule of others. I had to learn it through all the screams, the hollers, the kicks. And the truth of the matter is, Pastor, after I found out that there were words that were vicious and it started to turn into that, my family suggested that I turn off the social media. They didn't want me to be hurt because I'd given them the rule, hey, this is not y'all's fight. I need y'all to calm down. Don't go on social.
She learned the hard way by cancellations after her stunt on stage. She learned the hard way with helicopters flying over her house, reporters, and I didn't know that she'd been shot at. She had 3 bullet holes in her car. This is how much anger she stirred up with this hateful rant of hers. And so she had to change that, but she had to learn it the hard way. So what the woman is saying, that this is the way I was raised. I don't know how I would even know anything different because we lived in church. Everything was church, church, church. But it is a brand new day, Ms. Kim Burrell, and I think you're finally realizing now that no, you can't just come on camera and say whatever you want to say, right? You can't go on stages and just say whatever hateful thing, because there's going to be repercussions from that, because it's always been wrong. the way you've treated LGBTQ people, it's always been wrong. But maybe the world is growing up now because we're able to look into these buildings, thank God for the cell phone, and hear and see the nasty and the hatred and the evil. You can't represent my God. You can't represent my God and say you were called by God and God put that in your heart. No, that ain't the way it works, right? You should be a person with compassion. This should be the goal of the church. How y'all doing today? She is a nasty woman. Well, she's not being particularly nasty tonight. She's not. She's trying to explain this thing. She still wants to blame her upbringing, though. But KIM Burrell is a 52-year-old woman, right? We shouldn't have to teach you the same lessons, girl, for 52 years, right? Now, granted, you heard a lot of that stuff in them churches, child, since you were raised up in it, or as you would say, bone up in it. It don't make it right. It don't make it right, honey. Just like the treatment of Black people, it was never right. It was wrong. And he had to come to realize that. So I liked what got me out of my bed. I was just about to turn it in, was Jamal Bryant's response. And that's what I wanted to hear him say, because he has a couple of profound things to say. Let me see this thing. I'm only 12 minutes in. Let's see.
Social media responding, trying to defend me. I'm your sister, but they don't see, they don't know that. They don't know what I mean to you. You got to relax. So they said, well, if you want us to calm down, you got to come off of your social media, that kind of thing. And so with the church not necessarily saying, we all say this and we have all said this and our forefathers taught us how to do this, I found out that it was a bigger fight. When you end up on the front cover for something that everybody has said, when you drive up to your house and helicopters are over your head, news cameras are walking to your door without your permission, your 80-plus-year-old father is walking to your door to tell cameramen don't walk up to your property with cameras, this, that, and the third. You walk outside to go to a place to eat.
I hear you,
and
Elaine.
There's a constable outside of your house because somebody does care. That's a part of law enforcement. And they heard that your nice little S550 that you've been driving has 3 gunshots. The back of it, one that is.
It's raggedy. Girl, I could throw this thing through the. Look at my phone. I keep getting these breaks because the damn thing is well, it's a Metro PCS phone, but I've had Metro for years. Ain't never did this. Go in and out, in and out, in and out. Anyway, let's try to pick it up from there. God damn it. Anyway, so they done shot up in the woman's house. We know the story. She was all over internet. There were millions of views. Everybody knew. Everybody found out. There was a major uproar with KIM Burrell. This followed her for the rest of her career. She lost her radio station. She lost her gigs. She lost everything. Nobody wanted to have anything to do with her. As a matter of fact, she's on there with Jamal Bryant. He's saying that at his inauguration, when he became the pastor of New Birth Ministries, he wanted her to come. And now he found out after she wasn't there that the letter was never sent out because there was so much, disdain from the people who were supposed to be the secretaries there, apparently. Right? So she went through it and she had finally learned her lesson. It was a hard nut to crack. Correct? Ms. KIM Burrell, but I think she is sounding correct at this point, making the distinction between what is religion. What is religion, rules and regulations, and what is the actual belief in a power greater than yourself, in the power of God, right? God benefits nothing by your hateful, nasty ways. But this is America and we've got history. They've done a lot more evil shit to other people as well, honey, specifically Black people, which they're trying to do again right now. It's occurring right now. And it's occurring, I think, also with immigrants right now, hating for no reason at all. Correct? This motherfucking phone. What am I supposed to do, people? Is this from My phone, the phone, I think it's about, it might be 6 months old. The phone is
It was in those moments that I said, okay, Lord, this is something bigger that I'm having to learn. I wish I could say that I had a spiritual father to call and say, hey, rescue me. Ooh, I feel the Spirit of God. I'm sorry, I felt the touch of
rescue
God.
me.
I didn't need one. I needed Father God. I needed his nature. I didn't need a philosophy. I needed order. I needed growth. I need maturation. I need not to be told that I'm a great singer right now. I don't need to be reminded.
All right. All right. So she explained. I just recommend you guys go over and see that. It came on yesterday, Jamal Bryant's podcast, and hear what she has to say. Now, I'm not going to go all in because I don't know how sincere she is, right? She sounds sincere that she realizes that she was wrong, and she was taught a lot of things that were wrong. To take a book the size of the Holy Bible and to find 3 or 4 lines in that Bible, and then to try to crucify human beings, millions of people, is wrong. It's always been wrong. And thankfully, perhaps, Kim Burrell, God actually used you with your hateful heart to expose what was going on in them churches. Right now, I love church. I love it for communities. I don't even mind they don't like me, as long as they're not hurting other people with their hate speech. Right. So you might have been used for that, Miss Kimberly. I would love to get to the go on with this thing, but this raggedy ass phone, I guess I gotta switch up from Metro. Let me do a sidebar. The reason I have Metro PCS, I could certainly afford a better service. But before I went to prison the last time, when they kicked my door in at the New Pacific Hotel in the Tenderloin, San Francisco, they took me out. All you would come out is with the clothes on your back, right? My phone was in there. This was back in the time where you had to have a Sprint phone. Sprint was the only ones making these cell phones where you can just go drop in and buy the service, right? Somebody got that phone and they ran that bill up to $600. They ran the bill up to $600 while I was in prison. So when I got out of prison, the world had changed. It was moving so quickly. I went to every phone company I went to get a new cell phone. They told me, "Oh no, you owe Sprint $600." Correct. So they're supposed to just hold that for 7 years, but Sprint still holds that against me. So I can't get a phone nowhere else. I always ended up with Metro. Now I haven't tried it in a few years, but something's got to happen. This damn phone's about to drive me crazy here. I'm scared I'm gonna throw it at somebody or throw it in my goddamn computer and break it. Anyway, y'all watch that. Y'all check that out. I believe it's about money and fame. Oh, she got to do anything. She's learned. Like I said, she's learned the hard way, honey. You want to be in show business? Okay, and you're just realizing you can't do whatever you want to do. But I do believe that she has learned in this process. She has learned what hate is, right? She learned what hate speech is, right? And what it means to be a decent human being. The word is decency and respect. You don't respect other people. That's why you can say those horrible, hateful things that you said for most of your career. That was from your heart, Miss Kim Burrell. So we hope you are doing better. You question her sincerity, Elaine? A whole lot of people is, honey. She been trying and trying. Every time she come back, it gets a little bit softer, girl. And now she just laid it out, honey. It was wrong. That's all anybody wanted to hear. About the recent legal decision, Dwayne Youngblood and TD Jakes. What happened with them? Apparently, he's lost some kind of motion. I didn't follow that thing blow by blow. It's going to go on for a long time with Dwayne Youngblood and TD Jakes kind of thing. It sounds like it's heading in the direction of being thrown out of court. Excuse me, of not being thrown out of court. Yeah, this was a win for Jakes, right? To tell you the truth, Elaine, I didn't even look at it. I said, oh, here we go again. They're going to tell you every time there's some kind of movement in that courtroom. I don't think the case is that interesting. I think this is a celebrity being blackmailed or extorted for money. He got caught. He decided to fight back. But every time they bring that case back up, it's like they put him through it again. Right? They put Jake's through it again and his attorneys through it again. It might as well die. You're not getting no $6 million, young blood. Matter of fact, you're not getting $60. You get shit. Okay? Find another way, honey. You about to hit the bed, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Y'all heard Justin? Justin, you go to bed this early? I thought I was the onlyest one. I go to bed. I take my pill at 8 o'clock. So I'll be out by 9. I used to have ghetto metro. Now I'm at T-Mobile. Well, T-Mobile's the one that told me that I hate them goddamn salesmen. They're all nice and sweet trying to sell me something. And then they went and checked. They went and checked on the computer and came back and just handed me my phone. No, we can't help you. That's rude. Right. You're a criminal. Shit, I didn't even do it. How in the hell you going to run a cell phone bill? The phone bill back then, I think, was $60, $70. How in the hell did it roll up to $600? That should tell you right there. And how in the hell did you let it get up to $600 if the bill wasn't supposed to be $60? I think back then you had to pay up front or some shit. I don't remember. They were fine. They're the same company now. T-Mobile. But I just bought this goddamn thing. And after I bought it, look at it, still spinning. So I don't know if is it the phone, because the phone is a Samsung. I think it must be the reception. They've always had good reception before. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll see if they have, if I can pay for more bandwidth or something. That's the way it was with this computer. At first I used to get the round circles, and then they got me for some more money, and now I got perfect reception. We'll see. Hello, Rain. Harlow Rain. How you doing? I'm going to get yourself a decent phone and inquire if the carrier offers a senior discount. It was over 20 years ago that happened. Yeah, they're not supposed to hold that against you. They ain't supposed to hold shit against you for more than 7 years. That happened with Sprint. So most likely your credit is now clean. It should be. It should be. Harlow Rain. It sure told me no the last time. Who did I check with? I think it was just Metro and one other one. I've been clean for years, baby. You go to bed at 8:30 p.m. I go at 8 o'clock. If it's a good movie or something, they say you're not supposed to have anything visual. But if you just listen to audiobooks, I listen to audiobooks every night. And then I'm out by 9. But if I watch something on television that gets my interest, I'll be up 10 to 30. I have a Samsung, and it's a good brand. Yeah, you would think the phone would be fine. I don't know. I'm gonna go down there and see if you can get a better reception. There might be. Y'all know? Okay, here's the question. If you have a Metro PCS phone and your bill is $60 per month, if you pay $80 a month, do you have better reception? You enjoy books on audio and hard copy? Yeah, all I can do is audio books now. Harlow Rain. The only problem with the audio books is I read them or listen to them when I'm going to bed. So when I fall asleep, it keeps going and going. Then I got to figure out where I was, what I remembered, all that shit every night. Sprint holds it over you forever. And so does Comcast. Ooh, ain't that a bitch? Oh, I could go to Comcast. Is Comcast got good reception? Because I'm already a client with theirs with the computer. With the internet. They do have those teaser things where your you bundle your phone. Can you bundle your cell phone in that? I don't know. I haven't heard much about their reception for a phone. I do have if I wanted to be bothered with this, I can just switch it over to my Wi-Fi. The higher tier normally just gives you more hotspots capability. Oh, okay. So it's not going to give me better reception. Maybe there's something going on with the phone company. All of a sudden, I have all these damn circles. I don't know. But it's gotten to now that a lot of phone companies, the bill's only about 60, 70 bucks. It's not just Metro anymore. It was Metro only when you could afford. I don't want no iPhone because I don't do anything on the phone except for answering it or listening to YouTube. And I'm not paying no $1,000 for no goddamn cell phone. You have an iPhone with T-Mobile. Oh, T-Mobile has, well, we got to see if T-Mobile. Maybe if I asked to speak to the manager, I could explain that situation. I said, man, think about it. How can I run up a $600 phone bill? The phone was obviously stolen. But you didn't report it stolen. I was in prison. I didn't want to say where I was, but I was in prison. Maybe I could say I was off at college. That's going to mean buying another damn phone, though. I just bought this one. And after I got this one, I discovered that there wasn't nothing wrong with my old one, except for I just need to take the battery out of the backup and put it back in. I'm on the senior plan. Well, I definitely qualify for that, honey. Are y'all going to watch this KIM BURRELL interview? It might be interesting because a lot of people feel they don't want to talk about it, but a lot of people we've all been raised the same. I mean, we're all black people. We know what's been going on in there. And unfortunately, it really got hot when they were trying to pass gay marriage. Every goddamn sermon was about homosexual. It said it on page 1412. What else did it say? Did it say anything else? Or it only says the things that apply to other people? I thought the Bible I read said that you're all, not one is clean. No, not one. One sin wasn't no worse than the other one. And on and on and on. How'd that one get singled out, honey? Somebody else's sex life. Lord, have mercy. But I like to believe that the world has gotten better, right? The world does get better. That's why I don't believe in going back thousands and thousands and thousands of years to hear what people wrote down thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I don't even want to hear what they wrote down 200 years ago. Hell no, I don't like Miss Burrell. No, yeah, I don't like her either. I only went over there to read her, but I got to say that was a decent effort there. She was real careful about what she said. Oh, there's John Britt. How you doing, John Britt? You have Boost Mobile. It's $50 a month unlimited, and Xfinity for $29.95 a month. They both run like Bart. What's it called? Boost Mobile. We'll do a little research. I've been complaining about this for the last month. Boost. But I do have. Thanks, John Brett. Yeah, $50 a month is cool. I don't even think it's the money anymore, just the reception. So, John Brett, I canceled all my television and stuff. I never watched it. I went like 3 years paying Comcast, and I never watched anything on there. Only thing I watched on the regular TV was the news and you can get that on YouTube. So I canceled the TV, and now all I have is internet. All I have is internet, and so it's $100 a month. Is my home Wi-Fi? Yeah, Xfinity is my home Wi-Fi. I think they got great Wi-Fi. I don't think television is going to be a thing of the past, because everything you want to get is either one of these streaming services or YouTube or Google, whatever. Who needs regular television? So I guess they have TV series on there, little comedy shows and stuff like that. Wait, Boost Mobile is still around? Okay, one more time. Tim, did you see the video with you and Tracy? I have a video with you and Tracy. Who is? Oh, the video about Tracy, that lady, the AI. I only got the very end of it. Yes, ma'am. I saw it. Tracy got a hammer. She got a hammer again. Boom, boom. Baby, that AI is something else. I hear they all talk about AI is the future. Like when we were in high school, they said the computers were the future. Now they're saying AI is the future. And that thing is it's something else. So sometimes you can't tell if it's a person or it's some made up shit that they put their face on. Because that's pretty convincing. That looked just like me chasing Jay Wilson with that hammer. I even sound like me and move like me. Yes, Easter video. Child, I hollered. I was in the car with some people coming from Oakland. We were on the freeway, and I got all the way to the end. I was like seeing Tracy in the different outfits and things, right? And they got to that last scene. I was like, So that would be a yes. Connect your phone to your home Wi-Fi. You should not be using mobile data while you are at home. Oh, yeah, Justin, you're right. Even right now, I could have switched. Oh, I can switch over to my Wi-Fi while I'm at home. That's true. I could just leave it on, leave the Wi-Fi. That's a pretty good idea. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Because the only time I need the phone service is when I'm out walking. But when I'm at home, I can just leave the phone on Wi-Fi. Let me see if his circle disappears. Let me see. All you got to do is, it's on Wi-Fi. Shit. I still got the circle. Wi-Fi on. Maybe I need to turn Wi-Fi off. I got 2 TVs in there. They're still on. And this. So maybe I got too much going on in the Wi-Fi. What do you think?
So God let me take on a job.
Justin!
For 9 months that I didn't see coming. I
Thanks
was minding
for
my
the
business,
Cash App,
continue
too.
to do
Super
whatever
chat.
doors were left open for me, to get calls from churches that says we have to pull our money because we can't be affiliated with you. And I'm thinking, for the things I learned to do from the church, oh, okay, it's an even deeper fight. Lovely. Thank God I saved money from the real deals I made. And so I had gone on into life to continue to embrace the detail of what was inevitably happening.
Break it down,
without
girl.
an aid.
Justin, you're a smart guy, but you had it backwards. I was on the Wi-Fi. I'm supposed to turn it off. And then the phone came on. So I got to play with those two. Some people don't even use their phone online. They don't play nobody else's shit. I need it. I need a boost, honey. If you have bad reception only when inside, it could be frequency interference. If it's outside of your home, they might need to update the software in the store. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got played out of this phone. I went in because the other case broke a little bit. I just wanted to buy a new case, and the little smart ass youngster talked me in. I'll give you a free phone. I can give you a brand new phone for free. I give you for free. By the time I left that store, it was $176. I thought it was free. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Just be grateful you got one. Mm-hmm. What else is going on? Let me see if anything else is going on, child. Let me see. Headsets again. I'm waiting for headsets is fired. So if they ain't got to say that, they can just save all that goddamn coverage. Trump. Right. Trump is throwing judges in jail now. You know, he hates the judges too. Anybody got any power, he hates them. So now he's throwing judges in jail. Mm-hmm. He thinks he can get away. He's mentally ill. He's sick because all this was unnecessary. You didn't need to go fucking with the judges. You didn't need to go fucking with. You need to go fuck with anything, Donald Trump. All we wanted your ass to do was lower the price of eggs and everything else. Right? I believe you could have done that. I believe that it was feasible for you to lower these prices immediately, right? Because the prices only went up because of COVID. So if the prices went up because of COVID, they should have been able to lower them back to where they were now that COVID has been gone for 3 years. Instead, everything is higher. As a matter of fact, it's going to be even higher than it was in COVID. Double. Idiot. He'll never admit that he's an idiot. And that headset, that dude, he doesn't even talk like a serious person. He's all over the goddamn place here. Oh, whatever. However he talks like he's drunk right now. Just all these silly people in there. And then them blonde bimbos. Ugh. She don't want to sending people arresting judges. So they want the judges to be so intimidated that they don't want to lose their judgeship. So everybody capitulates to what the fuck he wants. And he's a fucking idiot. Got the whole goddamn, how do them billionaires and millionaires, multi-millionaires feel about you losing $1 trillion? Dumbass. Yep, went after the woman judge. Ain't that a bitch? All the woman did was say, this is my courtroom. I'm releasing you. And she sees the goddamn ICE is there arresting people in her court in order to maintain jurisdiction and control of her courtroom. She said, no, go this way. You want to get him? Go get him. Shit, get him outside of here. It's my courtroom. Stupid asses take so much pleasure in cruelty. They got 6. You need 6 police to come and get him. What did he do? Did he kill somebody? If he killed somebody, why the fuck is she letting him go? Wages didn't go up during COVID. There's no reason them prices shouldn't have came. Child, I told you my big thing was, the first thing I noticed was the toilet paper. I used to pay $16 for that big one. That damn thing is $32. Same one I used to get for $16. They've already taken some of your disability? Oh my God. I am scheduled for an annual audit on May 9th. Thus, I now work little side gigs to survive. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're the first one I've heard of them actually taking the benefits. Hollow Rain. Hope you don't go messing with mine, honey. I'm barely scratching and surviving, hanging, energizing. They making old 90-year-old women stand in line for 3 hours to go to the Social Security office. What are they supposed to do? Just give up the Social Security? bring a lawn chair to sit outside like the government is so poor they can't afford to keep the goddamn offices open. All this movement for what? No benefit to nobody. Yeah, you want everybody to keep on paying taxes. Pay taxes and get shit. Taxation without representation. Don't squeeze the Charmin. Gotta have the best, baby. Particularly in that area, Justin. I cannot stand none of that single ply bullshit. That's where you don't use no public restroom. They always got that single ply. I said, oh no, honey. I got to be treated like a lady, so gently. I got to be treated like a lady, and I can feel. Y'all remember Mr. Whipple? Please don't squeeze the Charmin. So I guess they only use the commercials for a few years until they get people used to it becomes a name brand, and then they don't need the commercials no more. Is that it? Because they sure used to have Mr. Whipple on regular. My TV is YouTube. I watch Amos and Andy, the Andy Griffith Show, exercise videos, music. Pretty much everything's on here, ain't it? You don't know how to boil an egg? Go there. They got a video on how to boil an egg. They probably got all the information I need about this damn phone too. They got tutorials on everything right here. YouTube done took over. I didn't realize that it's just 20 years old. They said YouTube's 20 years old now. They just have an anniversary. Between this and maybe one of them streaming services, I use Amazon Prime. I got that. And that's about it. Ooh, that single ply toilet paper is that jail, prison toilet paper. Ooh, don't remind me. Think about prison, honey. You got to do it right there. You got to handle your business right there with somebody else in the room while they sit there and smell your stink. Damn, put some water on that, nigga. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you the truth, honey. Put something with that motherfucker. Do you know the group Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose? No, I don't know Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. I started listening to music a long time ago, years ago. Any song I sing is from the 70s, 80s. I don't remember anything. You enjoy my videos about Youngblood? Well, I got to catch up and see what's going on with Youngblood. I think this was another positive move for Jakes. I'm totally with Jakes on that bullshit, though. We'll see. MRE toilet paper. Oh, people, go away. I keep forgetting to unplug that damn thing. MRE toilet paper. Is that as good as Charmin? I like my Charmin, honey. I've been using it for 50 years. 40 years. What else happening? Let me see. Let me see. I'm what they call checking the perimeter. Okay. Damn near every video is about Donald Trump, of course. I like that Pete Buttigieg. I like the way he talks. He makes sense. There's no messes on there. I guess this is a dream come true for Donald Trump. He got people, they got the whole world talking about his ass every day. That's what he wants more than anything else. I hope he don't talk his way into jail. Let me see. Flyucci Airlines. No, I don't see nothing else. All right, people. So I recommend you go over there and see what Miss Kim Burrell's talking about. Her and Jamal Bryant. I didn't realize he had a podcast, but he does. It's here on YouTube. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all have a wonderful what's the day? Oh, the weekend's here. Enjoy the weekend. Later.